Saint-Pol-de-Léon is a commune in the Finistère department in Brittany in northwestern France, located on the coast. It is noted for its 13th-century cathedral on the site of the original, founded by Saint Paul Aurelian in the 6th century. It has kept a unique architecture, such as Notre-Dame du Kreisker Chapel, an 80 meters high chapel, which is the highest in Brittany. It was also the scene of a battle during the Breton War of Succession, where the Montfortists and their English allies defeated an army led by Charles of Blois. It is the largest vegetable producer and farmers' market in Brittany, responsible for 90% of French artichoke production and exports tens of thousands of vegetables to the whole of Europe every year. Population: inhabitants of Saint-Pol-de-Léon are called Saint-Politans. History: the city takes its present name of one of the legendary founder saints of Brittany, Saint Paul Aurelian. The Latin name given to the entire region is now the Leon. It was long the seat of a bishop, now merged into the Roman Catholic Diocese of Quimper. The city later became a sort of religious capital. Gallo-Roman walls. A double stone alley, quite well preserved, is the last remains of prehistoric population on Saint Paul site. Several vestiges demonstrate a Roman military presence in the 3rd century. Based on ancient writings, Saint Paul would have then been enclosed by extraordinary high moated walls. 14th century Battle of Saint-Pol-de-Léon. Religious centers of the 6th century, the monastery site became an episcopate named coast.It. The city then extended beyond its walls. In the 15th century, Saint-Pol-de-Léon is a famous spiritual and cultural center. The Paimpol harbor is at its rise. Fortified doors protected the 2,000 inhabitants until the 18th century. During the 18th century, the bishops of Léon strongly influenced the architectural style of the city. A new episcopal house was erected in 1706 and extended in 1750. The seminary dates from 1708, the Catholic college from 1788. The Revolution. During the Revolution the city lost the episcopate, a rich chapter, a college, 3 religious communities, a retirement house and 15 religious houses. Then started 100 years of economical decline. Today Saint-Pol-de-Léon is a dead city, was Flaubert's assessment in 1847. 19th and 20th centuries. As of 1883, the railway contributed to the considerable expansion of the agricultural production. In 1890 Saint-Pol-de-Léon became the main commercial center in France for vegetable exportation. Nowadays, the region is still the strongest concentration for horticultural production and transformation. Sites: Kreisker Chapel, 14th and 15th centuries, is the highest steeple in all Brittany. Norman and British influences are visible on the architecture of this classified historic monument. The Saint Paul Aurelian Cathedral, with its Roman remains, is also a testimony of the influence of Norman artistic style on Breton architecture in the 13th century. Organdalum Town Hall, built in 1706, the new episcopal palace, these days the town hall, was extended in 1750. In the town hall there is a monumental staircase ornamented with some paintings from the Louvre Museum. The prebendal house, built for a rich canon whose income, the prebends, came from taxes. This exceptional house of the 16th century is of Breton Renaissance style. Carula's Manor. This small castle was erected for a noble canon around 1520. Its layout and decoration are a perfect example of the architectural style of Renaissance. As in most rural mansions around St. Paul, the St. Joseph Chapel was built in 1846 to serve as a place of worship for the adjoining newly opened retirement home, giving lodging to the elderly priests of the diocese. The church tower, 33 meters high, comes from the former Ursulines convent founded in 1630. The St. Pierre Chapel, formerly a parish church which towers above the cemetery, boasts a 15th-century nave, designed originally in the shape of a Latin cross. Its two wings were removed in the 17th century. Megalith of Botoula, Kerneves Castle in Park, Kersaleau Castle, laundries, coast, scattered over 13 kilometers of coastline. Some of the beaches, creeks and strands of Saint-Pol-de-Léon have names of pieces of poetry: Tahiti, Le Petit Nice, Saint-Anne. The walker discovers them from the panoramic viewpoint of the Champ-de-l'Rive Municipal Park, which is overhung by a mission cross erected in 1901. The panorama is the most exceptional of the North Finistère. All along the coast, a footpath will give you a unique view on the changing channel, the Blasque and deep harbour of Roscoff, the Calat Island with its chapel near Carantec. The boats, most of which of traditional construction, lie there awaiting for the flow to come. The sailing school at the end of the Grouet Pier proposes multiple sea activities for beginners or experienced users. St. Anne Islet. The St. Anne Islet, a listed natural site and hermitage of the White Friars until the 18th century. The gigantic rock on the site was once armed with cannons. Natural preserved site, where nothing remains of the chapel built in 1640. It is linked to the continent by a natural bank of sand and pebbles, tarmacked in the 1970s. The Grouet is the sediment strand which links the coast to the St. Anne Island, forming the Bay of Paimpol with its ashore harbour. The islet always played an essential role in the protection of the bay and the harbour of Paimpol. Breton language. The municipality launched a linguistic plan through Yardar Bretoneg on December 2, 2008. In 2008, 19.67% of primary school children attended bilingual schools. Personalities. Saint-Pol-de-Léon is the birthplace of Gerard Jaffrys, musician, singer, songwriter. Louis Floch, football player. Jean-Gilles Ducos-Etloske, bishop. Romuald Figuier, singer. Bruniada, traditional group of dance and music from Brittany. International relations. Saint-Pol-de-Léon is twinned with Penarth, Wales, United Kingdom. Vector, Germany.